It's a Week 11 edition of Hit Sticks from the Star in Frisco as we preview the Cowboys and the Panthers this week as the Cowboys travel to the East Coast to take on former #1 pick Bryce Young. We've got Barry Church. We've got Isaiah Stanback. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Isaiah, by the way, I have to give you props, sir. You called Brandin Cooks going over 100 yards for the first time as a Cowboy. And he did it all week last week on DallasCowboys.com. Let's see what kind of info he can give you this time around. But first, got to take a look back to how Brandin Cooks had some success against the Giants on Madden NFL 24. It was a breakout game for Brandin Cooks. The veteran wide receiver finished with 173 receiving yards. He also found the end zone. And we're going to take a look at how he found the end zone now as we shift it to Madden NFL 24. Here's a look at the first play. They're going to run trips out of the left-hand side. You had Ferguson split right. You have Tolbert take the out and then back pylon. Dak Prescott finds Brandin Cooks in the end zone for 6. He's had 3 receiving touchdowns in the last 4 games. Isaiah Stanback, I want you to recreate it on the Madden practice field. How do you get the job done with Brandin Cooks like the Cowboys did on Sunday?
Well, I'm glad B. Cooks finally found the end zone and found this ball as many times as he did. He is an absolute dog on the football field. He's well respected around the league. He's been doing this for a number of years.
So consistency.
Man, 6 1,000-yard receiving seasons, and he continued to show everybody just why he deserves to get the rock as much as CeeDee Lamb. We're going to show you guys exactly how he did that right here on this play.
Okay.
Give me that, like right Chris there. Brown, baby. There you go.
Love to see it.
Nice. Let me show you. Oh, okay.
Hit your celebration there.
Give me the archer. Okay, so on this particular play, obviously it didn't play out the way that it did necessarily in the real life game, but we're going to show you guys how it went down in Madden just because he is just that exquisite of a receiver. Let's go ahead and see exactly how he made this happen. So right off the snap, boom, he does a good job coming off the ball. He goes inside, not necessarily what you would like to see on a corner route, but he does it, and because, you see the hands. Look at the left hand.
That's what
he
it's
swatted
all about.
that. Yeah, that's what it's all about right here. Look at this. Whoop.
Get your hands off
get your hands off me. Hits him with the Mr. Miyagi hands, goes up, stacks him, okay? Gets knocked off on the man coverage, and give me those all day long. Gets the twinkle toes down. Does a great job there. Barry, is there anything the defense could have done?
Well, let's read it back to the beginning. Let me check this release out. So Adoree Jackson right there, he does a great job of forcing Brandin Cooks inside. Because if we look at it, all his help is on the inside. Linebackers in there, everybody's in there. You want to force him inside. What he did a bad job of doing was letting Brandin Cooks stack him like that. Once that receiver is even, they say one thing, he's leaving. And he stacked Adoree Jackson right there. Got a little pick action as well. But Adoree Jackson, you got to stay on top of that, especially in the red zone.
So that re-illustrates the way that Brandin Cooks was successful against the New York Giants on Sunday. Let's see what the Cowboys offense can do this time around. But the defense has a matchup with a #1 overall pick, Bryce Young and company. It's the Cowboys and the Panthers. We take a look at the defense, some of the challenges they'll face when we come back right after this.
Cowboys Hit Sticks, presented by Madden NFL 24. Is also brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, and by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome back into Hit Sticks. Want to give you a quick reminder. The Christmas extravaganza begins this week at the Star in Frisco. Plenty of former Cowboys players, cheerleaders, and of course Rowdy. Santa Claus will be there as well. You can come up here. It's free for the whole family at the Star in Frisco outside at the Tostitos Championship Plaza. Just look for the big Christmas tree. You'll find it this week as we welcome you back into the Star in Frisco as well. Back here with Barry Church, Isaiah Stanback, I'm Kyle Yeomans. The Cowboys are looking for their first win over a rookie #1 overall pick at quarterback since 1971. It's been a long time since they've defeated a first overall quarterback, and they have a chance to do that this week against Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers. You've got him back at quarterback. They haven't been playing good football, but Barry Church, what type of offense do they run, and how are they going to really try and get after this Cowboys defense?
Well, when you look at the Carolina Panthers, they like to get the ball out of Bryce Young's hands extremely fast. And, you know, you can never over or underestimate a team going into football. We all understand anything can happen on any given Sunday. But with that being said, this should be another dominating performance from this Dallas Cowboys defense. When you look at the Carolina Panthers, I just think they have a lack of explosive players on the outside, and I feel as though this secondary can handle those guys on the outside. But in the spirit of competition, I'm going to go ahead and back my guys off. I'm not going to go ahead and choke them out at the line of scrimmage and make things hard for Bryce Young out there. I'm going to go ahead and disguise some things out here and try to talk Bryce Young into throwing us an interception. And Isaiah, I don't know, you played the quarterback position, but to me, it looks like Bryce Young can't see over the line. And that's going to be a hard thing for him going against this Dallas Cowboys defense.
I see what you did there. You trying to jab me a little bit right
there.
Just a little
jab.
But listen up, Bryce Young is fully capable, okay? He's having a rough start to his rookie campaign, but it's not about looking over the line. You got to look through the line. Okay. And this dude actually has some relatively good talent around him. Adam Thielen, Miles Sanders, Hayden Hurst, okay? He has some dudes out there, personnel-wise. They just got to figure out a way to get it together. Okay. The good thing they have OCIRS to make sure that happens, because we're going to take care of DCBC.
Let's check it out.
Here we go.
Yeah. All right, what you got going?
That.
Oh!
That boy got a cannon.
Okay.
The boy has a cannon.
I like what you did right there.
Go.
Okay. Well, let me switch things up a little.
Oh, you want to run? You want to keep going?
Back.
You want to keep going? Okay.
Run it back there. Let me switch things up on you one time for the one time. Let's do this right here and let's do that.
Okay.
Right
you
there.
making your adjustment? I'll make my adjustment.
Let's just make it a real deal situation, because this is what Dan Quinn's going to come out in.
Okay.
In the spirit of competition, I let it switch up a little bit, but this is what Dan Quinn's really about right here.
Here we go.
Let's see what you got. Oh, yeah, they ain't getting it. Man, they ain't getting off, man. They ain't getting off, man.
You know what? That's good defense, okay? That's good defense. I actually like Hayden Hurst. I like him a lot.
Oh, yeah.
He's a really good tight end. We'll show you guys exactly what I was looking at here, okay? All right, first of all, Bryce Young has a cannon of an arm.
He does.
All right, that's one of the reasons why he went #1 overall. That's why they traded away half their life to go up there and ensure that they got him, okay? But they have to find ways to get their playmakers the ball. And right here, you see me trying my best to do so and try to get Hayden Hurst the ball, okay? I think that's going to be one of the matchups that they try to exploit, especially being that Dallas runs a lot of man-to-man. As he's going over the middle right here, okay? First of all, look at the protection. Okay, protection is good. Okay, you like to see Michael Parsons try to get some pressure, D-Law try to get some pressure.
Especially with the one-on-ones.
Especially with the one-on-ones, okay? But right now I have a heck of a pocket. This is exactly how you draw it up. Looks like a horseshoe. I can step up in there and throw it all day long. But where is he going with the ball? He is going straight right over to the middle with Hayden Hurst, okay? Hayden Hurst ran across the middle of this formation. He saw that it was man-to-man coverage. All right, the linebackers are playing at the second level, but look at this, okay? Once he establishes inside leverage, right off the bat, Bryce Young knows that he's beat. He's beat. All he has to do is put a good ball on him. Leverage is right there. Loft it up there. Nice little goal pole throw. Just doesn't get it there. It gets batted away. Nice little PBU by Mr. Curse right here. That's what you have to have out of him. All right, does a great job of seeing the ball. As soon as he puts his hands up, give me those all day long. What you got?
And real quick, if we could spin it around, hit a little 360 view for the defensive side of the football. And if you can zoom it out for me so we can see the whole thing, kind of all 22 look here. And as you see, Dan Quinn loves to play that man-to-man coverage, and this is what they're going to do against the Carolina Panthers. These corners on the outside, they're going to choke this thing out. So if we hit a play on this play real quick, as you see right there, hands on everybody. Everybody from wide receiver 1 all the way to the wide receiver on the right side gets choked out at the line of scrimmage, and that causes a little timing mishap between Bryce Young and his receivers out there, and that's what allows Jordan Lewis to kind of float his way into this play on this over route because of the hands he's able to get on Adam Thielen right there, disrupting that route right there, making it hard for him to get that release, and that's what allows him to kind of float into this pathway for Hayden Hurst and Bryce Young at the quarterback position. Hopefully we see more of that come Sunday.
Bryce Young limited by the Dallas defense. Hopefully we can see that on Sunday like Barry just said. Now, I will say they did have the one completion to Adam Thielen. He's probably the biggest threat on the outside. He's one of the top receivers in football in terms of receptions and receiving yards this year. Flying under the radar, though, on that Carolina offense. Somebody who's not flying under the radar is their defensive end, Brian Burns. When we come back, we're going to tell you how you can protect Dak Prescott against this pass rush from the Panthers and just how dangerous they could be on that side of the ball.
This segment was brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys.
Hey, this is Drini, 11-time Madden champion, and if I was to give you guys one tip to get better at Madden, I would definitely say watching professional players play. I mean, they put in so much time, and if you don't have that much time to put in, there's no better way than just watching someone who actually does, and then you see what they do. And you don't have to completely copy their scheme, but you can take little bits and pieces of what they do and then add in your own flavor. And that's usually what I would do when I was like younger. I would always watch other people play, and I would just sprinkle in my own type of style to make it unique.
One of the top Madden players in the world, giving you some advice whenever it comes to winning in Madden. Watching the pros is one way to learn. You can watch the pros right here, both on Madden and in the game, with Isaiah Stanback and Barry Church. Glad you're with us here on Hit Sticks. Let's take a look at Brian Burns and the type of challenge he brings on the defensive side. He's wearing a number 0, coming off the edge. He's been in Pro Bowls back-to-back years, but you could argue he's having more impact here in 2023 than he had in both of his Pro Bowl seasons. He's had 5 sacks already this year and a forced fumble to go along with it. Barry Church, what kind of impact does he bring to this Carolina defense, and how are they going to get after this offensive line for Dallas?
Look, Brian Burns is a straight-up dog. When you talk coming off the edge, this guy has that quick first step. He's strong, he's bend, he can get around the corner. So he's going to be a tough task for Tyron Smith and Terrence Steele on the outsides. They're going to definitely switch him going throughout this game. But to me, in this situation right there, it's all about the one-on-one matches. We got to make sure we get Burns on the edge one-on-one so he can use his athletic ability to get after the quarterback. We do not want to let Dallas get an opportunity to chip him on this occasion right here. So that's why I spread this line out, and I got Burns in kind of a wide, I would call it a wide 11 technique right now. He's way out there to try to get that one-on-one with Smith, and hopefully he can use his speed to his advantage.
You know, that's a great look, DCBC, because that's exactly what he shows on film. He wants to get out there in that wide 11, 13, 15 technique, and he wants to isolate you, your left tackle, your right tackle on an island by themselves. Luckily, the Dallas Cowboys have big Tyron Smith out there, okay? And he doesn't even need any practice to handle Mr. Burns, okay? All right, this is not the Simpsons. So he's going to go out there and take care of business right here, one-on-one. I don't need to change anything up offensively to ensure that my guy beats their guy all day long.
Star versus star?
Star on star, baby.
All right, here we go.
And we got a star on our helmet, so that's 2 versus 1. Here we go.
Uh-oh. Oh, handled.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
with the completion. Oh, get your hands off me, play. Get your hands. Okay, here we go. Let me show y'all the replay real quick. Let me show y'all why I'm so confident. We're talking about Mr. Pro Bowl himself, okay? Right here, he doesn't need any help. Right now, the offensive line is going to give a fan call, okay? I'm actually going to step up, okay? He's going to give a fan call right here, okay? He's going to step all the way to the left side right there, okay? When he steps to the left side, he's going to fan out there, and what he does is he's now kicking out. Right now, boom. Tyler Smith goes to his left. All right, Tyron Smith goes to his left. Right now, he's waiting for him. He doesn't have to go nowhere, right? He's sitting back there. He's being patient. He's waiting. His feet are in a good place. All right, his hands, let me show you. Let me turn around and show you his hands right. Look where his hands are at right there. Hands are tight to the chest, okay? And so when Mr. Burns decides that he wants to declare and come into him, boom, get your hands off me. Look, even 2 guys, okay? He's just sitting there in great position, and look at who's right next to him.
His buddy.
His buddy, right? Tyler Smith is sitting up there learning. The young apprentice is learning from the master, all right? And he's saying, hey, if you want to come in here, I got my big bros back.
No, without a doubt, man. As you see him right there sitting ready for that DT stunt. And what we mean by DT stunt is that defensive tackle going outside, Burns coming underneath, and as you see, it was played perfectly by the Smith brothers right there. If he would have wrapped inside, Tyler Smith would have been able to handle him. That's what this offense needs come Sunday.
Just another example of how Tyron Smith was graded the 3rd best offensive tackle in football, according to Pro Football Focus, in their Week 10 win against the Giants. He'll look to try and continue that in Week 11 against the Carolina Panthers. Another thing the Cowboys will be looking for is Tony Pollard. Rico Dowdle showed up in Week 10. Can they get Tony Pollard involved in this offense a little bit more? We're going to try and see how that balance will work out better for this offense when we come back with more Hit Sticks. What is going on with the Dallas run game? Rico Dowdle, Tony Pollard looked like a formidable combo, but Tony Pollard still is only averaging 44 yards per game on the ground over the last 6 contests. So Isaiah Stanback, I put the question on you. It's the $11 million franchise tag question. How do you get Tony Pollard back to being Tony Pollard in this Mike McCarthy-led offense?
Well, he's no Ezekiel Elliott, but you need to find a way to feed the man, because I tell you what, 12 to 15 carries a game is not going to do it, okay? And yes, I know everybody's like, okay, well, he's a franchise tag player. He needs to be able to do this. Listen, He is who he is because he is a great complementary player, all right? He is a splash player. He's a good change of pace, right? But they are asking him to do things that are outside of his realm right now. So being that you have a Rico Dowdle, utilize him to the benefit, but right on this particular play, I'm not going to beat him up inside the tackle box, okay? I want to try to get this dude outside the tackle box where let freedom ring, okay? That's what he wants to do. He wants to find the green grass, and it's too muddy in the inside for him to be up there beating his head against the wall.
Yeah, and as a Carolina defense, that's exactly what you don't want him to do, to get on the outside of your edge and use that speed to be a home run threat. So as you see, I got my two guys on the outside in a wide 9 technique once again to try to force Tony Pollard into the meat grinder and into the middle of the field, because that's not where his game is. He's not one of those guys that's 3 yards in a cloud of dust. He likes to bounce things outside and use his speed. So Carolina, they're going to try to force him, set edges on that outside, and force him to go up into the meat grinder. We'll see what can happen.
Let's see. I like my side on the left right now.
You got a nice side over there. We'll see what's going on. Oh! That was a good cut.
That's a nice run.
That was a nice run.
It's a nice run. Okay, well, let's run that back real quick just to show you guys exactly what took place here. All right. Now, okay, we just talked about how we don't want this guy going inside the tackle box. Now, when we say that, there are plays that are going to be inside and he can have the option to bounce outside. But from the actual strategy standpoint, you want to go ahead and try to reach guys, okay? So we got combo blocks going on the inside, okay? You see Tyler Biadasz and Tyler Smith doing a good job of closing off the backside. Zach Martin's going to take over that defensive tackle, allowing Terrence Steele to now work up to the second level. All right, the linebacker, DCBC, inserted in the wrong hole right here, okay? Tyler Biadasz went ahead and did a good job of securing that. Now you see the hole that he has, okay? This play started up inside, but now where is it going? It's going outside. He is stretching, okay? So what this defensive back sees is Tony Pollard pushing to the outside shoulder of Terrence Steele. All right, once he does that, now Terrence Steele has the leverage, okay? That guy goes outside. Now that's the indication that Tony Pollard needs to put his foot in the ground. Boom, get vertical right here. Now you guys see the green grass that he has. The next man that can make a stop is going to be that safety. Okay, all we need is Michael Gallup to hold his block right there, and this would have been a big play.
Can we just see that offensive line working in unison one more time? I mean, the combo blocks that you were just talking about there, it was a thing of beauty. I mean, if you look at that Zach Martin and Terrence Steele right there, perfect execution, bumps him back into Zach Martin right there so he can get a better hold of it. Once he's got a hold of that, he's going straight to that defensive back. And, you know, sorry for defensive backs, but you cannot cut players anymore defensively. So he has to take on all of 300 pounds of Terrence Steele, which is not a good matchup for him. We see Tony Pollard stick his foot in the ground and get north and south and use that speed. That's the Tony Pollard that we need come Sunday. Hopefully the Dallas Cowboys can orchestrate that.
Another thing to look at in that play specifically, Tony Pollard running away from Brian Burns, but you could see them go right at Brian Burns a couple different times in this matchup come Sunday. Certainly a chance for the Dallas run offense, that ground game to get going again with Tony Pollard and possibly Rico Dowdle, who had a nice game on Sunday against the Giants. When we come back, though, what does Madden think about this matchup? Cowboys, Panthers on Sunday afternoon. What does Madden NFL 24 think will happen right after this? Welcome back into Hit Sticks as we wrap up this Week 11 episode. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys Sunday afternoon at noon Central Time. He's Isaiah Stanback. He's Barry Church. I'm Kyle Yeomans. Of course, we've got to see what Madden NFL 24 has in store for this one, so let's get it started. Carolina actually got off to a great start. Adam Thielen started the scoring with an 8-yard touchdown. Thielen's been great all year long, but Dallas answered quickly with the Tony Pollard 3-yard touchdown run. We just talked about getting Tony Pollard involved. That's one way to do it. Carolina, though, would keep it up on offense. Hayden Hurst with a touchdown. Tony Pollard had to answer that one as well. Another touchdown from Pollard. Oh, by the way, that wasn't it for TP. A 3-touchdown day for Tony Pollard. Cowboys lead it 21-14. But whenever you've got 8 minutes left, you can't leave Jonathan Mingo open like that. 21-yard touchdown. We're all tied up at 21. 2-minute warning. Tie ball game. Who do you go to when you need the game the most? Tony Pollard. 4th touchdown of the day for TP. Dallas takes a 28-21 lead, and then Damone Clark seals the deal with an interception from the linebacker position. A little DC touchdown, or excuse me, interception. It led to a field goal. Cowboys win it 31-21. Barry, I'll let you start it this week. What do you think?
So I'll disagree with Madden. I think it's going to be a complete demolition derby.
I thought you were going to say the Panthers
no,
are going to win.
No way. The Panthers are going to come out with this one with a W. I got the Cowboys with another 40-burger. 40 to, I'm going to be gracious, 17.
40 to 17. Okay, Isaiah?
I got Dallas 35-6 taking care of Mr. Young and the rest of them boys.
Yeah, it's a wrap.
I think they score points. I don't think it's going to be as close as Madden thinks.
No,
it's not going to be that tight of a game going into the 2-minute warning. There's no way. I will say Dallas gets close, but not close enough to a 40-burger. I'm going to say 38-21 Dallas. It's going to be like 38-14, and then they'll score one late. It'll just be one of those things. Yeah, garbage time points for the most part. So just a couple things to look forward to. Cowboys on the road. You got to get a win against the #1 overall pick at quarterback. So even though they haven't been playing well, you can't overlook the Carolina Panthers. Isaiah, you even said it. There's plenty of guys whenever it comes to the personnel on offense. You've got to look at that as well. So definitely things to look forward to this week. Hopefully we set you up well here on Hit Sticks. For Isaiah Stanback, for Barry Church, I'm Kyle Yeoman saying so long. We'll see you next week here from the Star in Frisco.
Cowboys Hit Sticks, presented by Madden NFL 24, was also brought to you by Academy Sports and Outdoors, the official sporting goods retailer of the Dallas Cowboys, and by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.